Ladies and gentlemen, just kidding. We've got some really good news, some great news, some interesting news, and news that you'll probably have to brace yourself for. First off, California EDD. Let me show you that. It has nothing to do with this guy driving, by the way. But California EDD, 100,000 claimants may be eligible for the EDD benefits under the new rule. This is really cool. So we've got that to cover. This is also happening in a lot of states. If you were denied for unemployment in the great state of California, thanks to a brand new law, you can qualify for a massive backdated check, which is really cool. A lot of other states are doing the exact same thing, so you'll want to make sure that you do that. We'll be covering how to apply to those states where you've missed out on that so you can take advantage of it. So make sure you stick around in this video if you've been denied or you haven't gotten some of your benefits. You'll want to watch this video. I'm also going to cover Michigan's unemployment agency. They paid out $3.9 billion in improper benefits to ineligible claimants when they did an audit. So people that deserve the benefits will soon be getting them if you missed out on it in Michigan. Also, we're going to cover West Virginia's unemployment rate, how low it is, historical rates. We're going to cover Utah's unbelievable rates, and then we're going to dive deep into the House passed bill for the $2 trillion spending bill, and also to set you up to brace yourself for the changes that are going to happen in the Senate. We're going to cover that in depth so you can know what to expect, because it gets passed in the House, folks, and then it goes over to the Senate. And then the Senate will make its modifications. Hopefully they'll pass the bill, and then it lands on the president's desk. Then we have a fully passed bill. So we're going to cover unemployment. We're going to cover the state law that's going to allow you to get money back. All you have to do is throw any comment in there you want. You could even put any comment you want in there. My name is Andrew Cartwright. It is a fabulous Friday here talking about unemployment update and this new passed bill. This is a historic day. Another $2 trillion passes the House. My goal in these videos is to give you, obviously, the best access to resources when it comes to unemployment, PUA, PPP loans, anything to help you get the money to move you forward in life. We also have a link in the description of over 12 different loans that we do for businesses, 75 different banking partners, rates less than 3%. So make sure you check that out. And on this channel, my goal is to provide you with personal finance, crypto, real estate, credit, investments, and stock market information. I am in the market. I'm in the real estate market. I've started 32 companies in 17 industries. All I want to do is give all the knowledge I have to help you accomplish what it is you want in your life and help you during the tough times. Also, grab 2 stocks with Webull. There's no catch there. They're free. When you deposit $100, they're worth more. And thanks to my patrons who support the channel for as little as $3. So let's cover that story in Utah, which I talked about the other day. It's tied to the lowest unemployment numbers alongside Nebraska, who I guess, they're competitors at this point, with the amazing lowest numbers they've ever had or ever seen in history. Utah's non-farming payroll unemployment last month fell to an all-time low of 2.2%, with approximately 37,400 Utahns unemployed. However, according to Nate McDonald, who is the deputy director for the Utah Department of Workforce Services, with this being the lowest, there's also some challenges that come with that, end quote. Like, if you want to hire somebody, how are you going to do that? Like, we have lots of employers, and I hear from lots of businesses that can't find good help. And it looks like this could be one of the biggest culprits. And the other thing, because of the shadow stats, so often what's happening is people don't claim and they fall off the numbers. So like I've covered in other videos, the numbers aren't totally accurate, but it's accurate. It's the closest we can get, right? Like horseshoes or grenades. That's a horrible example, but it is what it is. It's the best we got. What this means is that we're coming to expect this kind of news all over the place, and employers are definitely they're struggling to find help. So now if you're looking for a job, this could be absolutely the best time to go get the job you want, because it's a good chance that business is struggling to find somebody. who knows? You could get the job you really want because they just can't get anybody, and they'll finally give you that shot you've been looking for. We'll see in November's numbers that are coming out soon what we see. Several states may be in need of a reset to get them going again, right? Again, though I've talked about on this channel about how these numbers, they can be misleading. I can't emphasize that enough, but it's what we got. Those numbers come, well, we got to get them from somewhere. No longer in the workforce. We'll just call it that. The same goes for West Virginia, which also broke its own record last month. Can you believe this, guys? The state record is 4.3% seasonal adjusted unemployment rate for last month, as well as 2.9% unadjusted unemployment rate. Both of those numbers are the lowest the state's seen in its entire history. Like literally the lowest. I mean, how healthy can you get? Although, again, the numbers are the numbers. We do the best that we can. Governor Jim Justice stated, quote, this is a quote by him, "It's amazing what's going on in West Virginia. We've made West Virginia more business friendly. We've stood up for our energy sector and been proud of who we are. We made historic investments in tourism, broadband, and we revamped our whole transportation system." And just like Utah, the majority of employment gains were in construction and manufacturing, which was 700 more workers and 200 more workers, respectively. Now, speaking of easy money, if you're in California, which I know tons of people in California and a lot of people watch from California, appreciate you guys. If you're watching from California, throw a comment in the comment section. Love to hear from you. Also, I have an interesting question. When you have something that hits you that is something that you don't want to look at, let's say an email you know is toxic, do you look at it right away, or do you push it off to the end of the day, or right away? Do you wait till you're done with doing everything? I'm curious because I have an email in my email box that I know is toxic. I get about 10,000 emails a day, but I know this one is toxic, so I haven't opened it. I'd love to know, should I open it now, or should I wait till the end of the day to do it? So I'd love to hear it in the comments what you think about that. And speaking of easy money, which we've got to talk about it, California is, there's some more dough for you guys coming your way. All those stimulus checks, tax checks, Golden State stimulus, and now the new unemployment laws that mean more money for you, which is awesome, right? Especially if you need it. To start off, if you refused to work for an employer who violated the pandemic safety standards, it's like if they're not following it, they don't have plastic shields up, if they're not giving you PPE, that protective gear, then you have a legitimate reason, they're saying. We're laid off, or also, so that's another thing, we're laid off or had your hours cut because of the virus, meaning you got half the time that you were getting before, or you were a school employee whose work schedule was affected by the pandemic. This new law changes. It applies to you. This is amazing. I imagine many states will do the same because this is happening all over the place. And to force somebody to go into a work environment that they're not comfortable working in is not fair. And then not to be able to collect unemployment because you've had to leave because somebody won't follow guidelines to protect your personal safety. I get it. I mean, it makes sense. So they've changed the law because under the old law, you wouldn't be able to get benefits. So under normal circumstances, if you lost your job or quit on the record, well, you wouldn't get it. This new changes recognizes the fact that you were concerned with your safety, obviously, made the decision based on that. So now you qualify for EDD unemployment. I'd never tell anybody that they should lie, but if this is your legit reason, it's awesome that they've now put this in law. If this is the description, also in the description has the exact article and the source for this information so that it's verified so you can see it. Please reach out to the CA, the California EDD department. Get that backdated check. That is, if you didn't receive a text or a phone call from the EDD department. Be careful with that, though, because we know how many scammers there are out there that have been basically taking advantage of people. You want to make sure those texts actually came from the EDD. Do a quick Google search on your phone number to verify if the number is there. Just type in Google the actual phone number it came from. If it matches up, then there's a good chance it's probably legitimate. We see that a lot happening. Finally, we got to get into this new stuff. This is so exciting. I'm so pleased to announce today that we definitely have the House supporting our future. Finally, let's get more in depth into the Build Back Better bill, Biden's massive $2 trillion spending bill that just passed the House. Someone, tell Biden about the great news. He probably doesn't know about it at this point. I guess he dipped out and he's out for a bit on a colon possibly scan. I'm just kidding. Just a fun fact. Kamala Harris is apparently the first female acting president in history at the moment. With that going on, he's some medical thing he's taking care of. Anyway, if you're concerned about the lack of any kind of mention of the unemployment from the Build Back Better, which I am, I'm going to say to you, not so fast. Wow. The infrastructure bill mainly focused just on climate change, and it also focused on social spending. The latter of the two, there's two different bills, the infrastructure bill and the social spending. The second, paid family leave for those who have taken time off at work to take care of their family affairs. That's 4 weeks of paid family leave as well as medical leave. So you can have a family problem. You can get up to 4 weeks of paid family leave as well as medical leave if you have something medically, which, I was just joking about Biden. I don't know what's really going on. I'm sure many of you are skipping out on work or just not working altogether because of the health concerns or childcare concerns. I literally have a staff person right now that is working remotely because of the fact of childcare. One of them had to stay home, so he's staying home. It's bad enough that lots of you are home without a job. Thankfully, my worker has a job. He's working from home. And you can still pay your child's education, but 9 million more children are also eligible now to receive free school meals, which is incredible. Also, those of you who with children, we now have the expanded child tax credit that will continue until the end of next year. While not anymore, the bill includes universal preschool. This is new, offering free education for millions of young children. Also, for those who are stuck at home, it's hard enough to tackle bills while trying to afford expensive medication. That's why the Build Back Better plan program puts in place several initiatives that will lower the cost of prescription drugs, including insulin, which is now capped, get this, for people who have diabetes, which is one of the biggest problems in the country. It's capped at $35 for insulin. This is great. I know it sounds like I'm trying to sell the bill to you. Obviously, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just super excited about taking care of these needed to be supported areas of our place. Many countries around the world have already passed all this stuff. So we're kind of late to the party, but at least we're getting there. Did I mention that healthcare subsidies for low-income families and a huge Medicare expansion? The point is there's something in this bill for everyone, and this is very exciting news. Probably not for the billionaires. There's nothing in it for them. A lot of good things, though. They'll have better employees because they'll be able to do their job better, right? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you can possibly know.